Well, hello everybody and welcome back down into the basement that is my current garden paradise for the next, I don't know, feels like 20 months until summer gets back around to coming here. But actually it's only going to be, I don't know, another 4 months or so and then I can garden outside again, so that'll be good. But I got a few new things to play with down here, so I thought, you know, what the heck, I'll bring you guys along while I start playing with them and kind of maybe just a little bit discuss well, I got a bit of an actual plan going for 2019, so maybe, just maybe, it'll actually work. We'll have to see, but yeah, thought I'd share the plan while I'm sharing some of the new toys. Alright. So in the world of new toys, I got another one of these seed starting heat mats. It's just a cheap one, doesn't have a temperature control or anything. Thinking if I buy another one, maybe I will spend a little bit more, get one that has a bit of control going on with it. Figured I'd use this little like half tray greenhouse with the mini cups. Tried drilling some holes in the bottom. Worked well with a couple of them, but not all cups are created equal. This one, it kind of like busted through, and let's just say they're not as uniform as Mr. Bear might have hoped, you know. Got a bunch of peppers that I'm going to be starting. These guys, I have no idea, you know, how long they take or whatever, but, you know, in true keeping with my style, getting started now, because they can never be started too soon. And I do seem, if you look down there, I do seem to be able to keep a few of these guys alive this year. Been some rough goes with watering, and I've lost quite a few of the garden salsa peppers. I don't know why, that variety just doesn't want to stay alive down here. But for the most part, things are coming along well on this shelf. So I'd like to fill up that second tray over there as well. Hence, I am starting some new seeds over here. Definitely going to start these primos. I've only got 2 seeds left for that, so I figure might as well give that a go. And got 2 seeds left for this black jalapeno. And then otherwise, it's just some pretty random stuff. I got some Scotch brains, some bad brains, some devil's tongue yellow. Let's see what else here. Bootless scorpion. That just sounds dangerous, so I'm kind of intrigued. And the Bahut chocolate habanero. And what was this one from Pepper North I was thinking about? Moruga Scorpion Red. So I don't know if I'm going to get all of those planted. I've only got 18 spots available in here. But I do want to try and get some of them going. Put these off to the side. Definitely going to do these two. But thinking of starting seeds, I actually spent a little coin on the only available option for a seed starting mix. But premium seed and cutting ready to use mix. I'm hoping this will work for me. I really thought I was onto something with the peat moss, but that last batch didn't sprout for beans, so I got a couple of big chocolate Batmans out of it, but that is it. So yeah, we're gonna put this over here into the mini solo cups where we can water from beneath. In theory, this is all good. I gotta make sure I can still find the lid for this little greenhouse. And I know it fits on there. That's brand new, so that should be good. In theory, this is good. I'm trying to think about it this year, and that's kind of, well, that's kind of the theme of my garden this year, is thinking about it. Right, so thinking about the garden season ahead, while I kind of fill these cups up. When my gardening passion really took hold, we were living in Penticton, and those of you who are familiar with the area know that the garden season there is ridiculously long, okay? Anything I kind of decided I wanted to grow, as long as I didn't completely botch it by failing to water it, which I did to a lot of things, but, you know, basically I had a pretty good chance that I would be able to grow it. The season length was really not an issue there. However, we are going into our 4th garden season since we've been out here. Can you believe it already, eh? That's a bit of a clump, don't need that. Break that up a bit. Anyway, we're going into our 4th garden season out here, and I have truly realized that we have a ridiculously short season. So if I want to get successful crops in, I need to kind of work within its time range. So keeping that in mind, I went online to Vesey's Seeds. It's a Canadian seed company. I don't know if it ships to you guys in the States, but there's one easy way to find out, isn't there? Anyway, I went on to Vesey's because they're out on Prince Edward Island there, and they got very similar growing conditions to what we have here in Manitoba. And I thought, well, anything that they've got is going to be a good start. And then I'm like, well, they say on the site, you know, for each different plant or whatever, how long it's supposed to take, kind of usually measured in days. So I started looking for things that were less than 90 days until they were supposed to be complete. And I'm thinking, this is the best shot that I have of actually getting a decent crop. So, for example, I found some espresso corn. It says it's ready in like 67 days, 65 days, something like that. So even with our itty-bitty garden season out here, I should be able to get some sweet corn out of that deal, which would be great because, whoops, hitting the camera there. So I mean, I did get some corn last year. We enjoyed a few cobs, but it's been very inconsistent, and clearly those cobs needed more time. So something nice and short like this should be good. And I'm trying to do you know, companion style planting this year. I'm not necessarily going to call it Three Sisters gardening because I've got like 7 different things that I kind of plan on stuffing into the grove. But thinking about that, you know, I found, where's my list? I've got a little list. I found a red Racer pumpkin, or Racer Plus PMR pumpkin. It says it matures in 80 days. So that, you know, in theory shouldn't be too bad. I got Painted Lady pole beans. They're going to be like 65 days. I even found, now this one I'm really interested in. It's a Summer Dance cucumber. It's supposed to be like 12 to 14 inch fruit, all female flowers. So I'm thinking that basically means it's going to be a self-pollinating sort of thing. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what comes of it. Now, I guess for these little tiny, to get back to the task at hand, for these little tiny cups, I should probably only put like maybe 2 seeds in there. And still kind of Darwin it out, we'll let the strongest survive, but first up, Primo. I think it was Dave S. sent me these. Last of those seeds. Now I did have a couple of these grow for me the first year I did them, but unfortunately I didn't get any actual peppers off the plant because, you know, short season and stuff. But here we go, here's to hope. That in the corner. 1 seed, 2 seed, a little bit of seed starting mix, and spray. I'm going to water these all from underneath when I'm done, but for now, I'll just start up in the front row there. I don't know why I started in the second row, that's just bizarre. For now, I'm going to call that that. So yeah, back to my gardening with a plan for 2019. Thinking I'll take that grove. What is this one? The black jalapeno. 1 second. I'm going to take that grove, and it's going to be primarily corn, and then I want to grow the squash in that like you would with a Three Sisters garden, and I want to grow the beans like you would, sort of, with a Three Sisters garden, but at the same time I kind of want to keep the corn in rows, so that's already messing with just about every Three Sisters garden video I've seen. Last 2 black jalapeno seeds. Here's to hope for them. So I'm kind of thinking I'm going to grow like the beans in amongst the corn, and I'm going to grow the squash kind of every few corn plantings. I'll plant a squash. Those cucumbers I'm going to plant all along one side, I think. Really, you're just going to have to come back when I get to planting stuff and see, because it'll all make sense then. And right now we're just kind of looking at some seeds here. So I need to figure out what's next. Give me a moment. As just about everything down here turns on at once. So we've got 4 plantings here of the bootless scorpion, because that just sounds like it's going to be painful. I got 3 seeds for those in each of these cups because I really want them to grow. Improve the odds, right? Improve the odds. Worst case scenario, I've got to snip some extra plants or maybe do some transplanting. And I really don't mind having to transplant because I got more sprouted than I expected, you know? So what's next? Next here, let's go with the Moruga Scorpion Red from Pepper North. How many of these do I have? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, I'll do 3 cups. So Moruga Scorpion Red. So 2, 3, and 2 finishes off that pack of seeds. I was gonna order some pepper seeds this year, you know, while I'm looking at Vessies and thinking about timing and stuff, but it's like, you know, I've got so many seeds right now. What I really need to do is work through what I've got, and then when I finally get that down to like a sane number of varieties, then I can start thinking about maybe ordering some new types of seeds. Alright, so we're halfway through, we're into the little green cups now. So we've got 3 each for the Devil's Tongue Yellow. I don't even remember why I decided to try this pepper. Just intrigued me one day, so ended up on the list, you know. 2 more rows to go. Well, I think next up we'll do this Bahuchalokia Chocolate Habanero. You know what? That should be a killer pepper. Let's double our chances. I'm going to do those last 2 rows with all of this, and I'll save those other varieties for another time. So again, that seems to have worked out fairly well. I've got 3 seeds in each of these mini cups. And yeah, if they all sprout and I have to transplant, great! That totally works for me. Very much okay with this plan. Even only 1 sprouts per cup, you know what, I'm okay with that too. I just want some peppers, man. I just want to grow some peppers. I don't know what's collapsing behind me there. This place is a mess. But let's give everything a quick spray down again. And a little bit of fish water in the bottom of that. But I'm going to wait until I get this on the heat mat, so we'll be right back. Well, I have to say this seems like a sturdier cord than the last one had, but thinking I should have taken it out of the box maybe yesterday, let it pre-flatten. It's got quite the curve in there, but we'll get some water weight in here, and in theory should work itself all out, right? Right? One hopes anyway. Well, I've got the lid on the darn thing. It's pre-soaking. Hopefully this heat mat will warm it up a little bit and give us a better germination rate. And hopefully when we check back on this in a week or 2, we'll see some seedlings coming up, because I would really, really like to be able to grow a nice variety of peppers this year. I mean, I'm going to be growing a pretty wide variety of all kinds of things. You can't really see my writing on there, but I got carrots on here, and summer dance cucumbers, and Corsaro or Cosaro cabbage. I don't know, it's an early red cabbage. 3-pound heads. Supposed to be nice and quick, 70 days or so. And in order to protect my cabbage this year, I actually ordered some of that cloth too, so hopefully that will make a difference. Let's take a look at the little DWC garden before we call it a wrap today. This fascinating little garden, I tell you what, kind of impressive. These kale plants have just started to get their roots down to the water level, so they're not doing great yet, but you can already see they're kind of a darker green. I mean, this one, the leaves on this, it's just, they feel like fake plants almost. That's fantastic. A lot of these peppers aren't doing quite as well as I thought maybe they would. Their roots are all well and truly in there. It could be because the aphids are on them and they're not getting shaken off quite as often as maybe they should, because they've got the really long roots and I end up dragging them around and stuff, or I don't know, it could be because the kales are stealing nutrients, or I just didn't make the nutrients batch in here strong enough to begin with. I don't know. But we do have some nice green growth, and I mean new growth. What's this one here? This one's not doing great. The Kang Star Lemon Starburst. That one, not doing fantastic. This one here, I think this is the best garden salsa around. But again, not looking great. This could just be because the light is too close. I mean, this is the 40-watt light. I should probably have the 15 above here. Maybe put the 40 on the other side where it's got a little bit more room, but I think I'll be making changes to this kind of overall setup in the coming days/weeks. Anyway, take that leaf off. Not helping things. That one's not helping things. But all in all, it does seem to be working, and DWC for kale certainly seems to work. At least under this 40 water, it definitely seems to be working. I don't know if you can see down there. It's just the one little air stone. Could probably do with a larger air stone, but can you see the roots that are forming in there? That is incredible. Little bear just rocking away. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Not a whole lot going on right now. Just new starts and planning on things for the upcoming season. I am really excited though about what I've got coming from Bessie's. I've never ordered from them before, but it's pretty large and well-respected company, so I have faith that it will get here. They charged my card for it, so it's on the way sooner or later. And yeah, everything that I've got coming from them is 80 days or less to reach maturity. That has got to bode well for my garden season here. So if you are a Canadian and you have any experience with Bessie's Seed Company, please by all means hit me up in the comments below. Let me know how that worked out for you. And yeah, if you're interested and you're down in the States, maybe check out their website, see if they can get stuff down to you. If you've got a particularly short season, it might not be a bad idea to check out the site. But today started at stupid o'clock in the morning, so I am a little bagged. I'm going to wrap it up here, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care, everybody.